Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. Welcome to planet Earth, the toughest school in the universe. I mean, this is where all the bad kids come, and all the best teachers come, and all of the challenges come. Whew. And we're all uncomfortable here, aren't we? On some level. If you're comfortable here, I want to talk to you. I have one friend that said, oh yeah, he likes it here, he wants to come back. I'm like, you must be having a really good day. Because no matter how great it is, there's still this whole thing that we have to go through, this journey, and we always know that there's going to be something down the road. It's going to challenge us, again, no matter how high your frequency goes, no matter how enlightened you are. It doesn't stop here. And that's the continual test. It's like, oh, you're enlightened, everything's great. And then like, okay, let's see if you're really enlightened. Let's throw you a curveball. Let's just irritate the crap out of you with some things and see if you're really in that space. So you're going to have to go, ooh, got to get that in check or whatever. But you're doing it on a higher level where, you know, you're just adjusting things. You don't stop being a personality. You don't have to go in some Zen state and walk around like a, Dalai Lama, beautiful, monk-like, glowing person. And that's part of his personality. He's very peaceful. And he laughs and smiles and makes jokes and wears baseball caps. He's still a human being. And you can be who you are. We have this image in our head of what awakening is. And that we're supposed to be some pious, wonderful, perfect thing. Well, the problem arises when you're trying to shift into that, and it just doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. It's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing certain things. I should be acting a certain way, or speaking a certain way, or what. You think you're supposed to be that person. If that's not you, don't be that. What really is an awakening is what's going through your head. So you could be like the most spiritual person and have thoughts of judgment, negativity. I just had somebody who, and we're not aware too a lot of times. Being aware, being present is awakening. I had somebody make a comment, wonderful person who always makes lovely positive comments, made a comment about when I was in Tennessee and how beautiful the background was. And then it reminded her of how distracting and bad this background is, and it takes away from me. And I thought, oh dear Lord, do you hear what you're doing? Can we cut out the crap? Can you just say the nice thing to the person? Have you ever done this? Like, oh, you're all dressed up today. In other words, you look like crap most of the time. Can we just be nice to each other? Awakening is being totally aware of what's coming out of your mouth and all of your thoughts. You are constantly manifesting every split second. It's not something you do when you want something. You're manifesting at all times. So those thoughts, those feelings, that frequency you're on is creating the material world that you're experiencing. So again, law of attraction, not my thing. I don't think it exists. I believe in quantum physics. I believe that we have proven through science that everything you want and desire is right here. You just have to shift into it. So if you're focused on something else and there's $1 million here and you're focused on poverty, you're getting poverty. You're not going, oh, I'm in a poverty mode and I'm gonna say some mantras and I'm gonna attract $1 million. No, $1 million isn't to attract, it's sitting right here. Hello? What are you going to do? Be aware every moment. When you go into the awakened state, and you're going there, a lot of you are already there. We're all, if you're on this channel, you're on that pathway. You are becoming awakened. It doesn't feel like it, I know. You're thinking, no, I actually have a lot of negative thoughts, I have doubts, all this. That's okay. You're actually aware now that there is another way, and you're working on it. That's going into awakened state. Not everybody does it overnight like Eckhart Tolle. He had to go to some very deep, dark places, suicidal places, in order to shift over to that. So what's awakening, and how can you shift into that higher frequency? So what happens when you go to the higher frequency of awakening? Forget manifest, I want this stuff, I want this, me. Forget that and say, how do I shift into an awakened state? How do I become that higher frequency? Because that's where everything exists that you desire. That's where happiness, joy, euphoria, peace, in the midst of chaos, feeling peace, being okay with it. Not, I'm saying you'll experience pain. You just won't react to it anymore. Abundance rests there. Everything is there, and it manifests like this because there are no barriers anymore. Down here, when you're worried, when you're focused on the material world and stuff, you're not connecting to your manifesting powers of belief, peace, assurance that it's already done, relaxed, not focused on negativity or criticizing others, or the world has to be the way you think it. That's the ego. That's all the crap that's stopping you from having that awesome life. It's a barrier. It's a negative. It resonates on a lower frequency. When you focus on awakening, boom. Wow. You just went above the clouds, and it was so cloudy and rainy down there, and you're going, okay, cloudy, rainy, that's cool, but you didn't even know the sun was blasting up here. When you go up there, you go, wow, I can see everything. I can see the birds and the mountaintops, and everything's up here, and there's nothing up here stopping me from experiencing light, pure light and love. When you're down here, you're walking around in the woods, you're lost, you're like, creating stuff, there's boulders that get in your way or whatever. That's all your thought patterns, just creating garbage. Blah, 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 blah. Would you guys stop thinking so much? Quit analyzing everything. You don't have the answers. And when you analyze, it's your idea of how things exist. And we don't have those answers. So don't even try to go there. You're unlimited. We have earthly rules. We have free will. There's certain things we do know. We came here to play by the rules. What are the rules? I don't really like rules. There's just one law. Free will. And you are one with everything. We are all one thing connected. That's not a rule. That's not a law. It just is. But there are earthly laws, such as the law of free will. That is coming into the most chaotic situation and being able to make individual decisions. Because through the individual decisions, the collective can raise its frequency. That's your mission. Everything else comes from there. Everything. Joy, abundance, opportunities, everything starts to show up. Why? Who wants to be around negative Nelly? If your name's Nelly, I apologize. Who wants to be around that? No one. Have you ever noticed that it's like, oh, it feels fun to sit and, cut people down or make fun or whatever. And then all of a sudden your friends aren't calling you anymore because they don't feel good when they leave after seeing you. It's just, you're always blah, 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 my problem. Dear Lord, do I want to be around that? No. Don't be that person. You have to switch gears and say, what do I want to do and be? I have to focus on that, because when you focus on it, it manifests. When you see yourself as a happy, abundant, loving, giving person, all those things come to you if you truly step into that role. You have to truly step into it. You can't say, I want that role that you're playing is, I want, it's out here, please help me. That is, I don't have, you can help me, I don't have power. Okay. Want to play that role? That's your choice. Don't be calling me. The emails I get, the pages and pages. It's like, what I should do is just read the first sentence and the last one. It's always some long, drawn-out, dramatic story. Guess what? Get in line. Everybody has one. These are your challenges. These are victories for you. What are you doing with it? Nothing, apparently. You think I'm going to fix it? What are you doing? You know, the people that write me are not doing everything they can to change their own lives. So they're the very people that I would not help. I'm not an enabler. Not anymore. We've all tried to fix people. I'm not going there. I am the Zen powerhouse, according to other people. That seems to be my new name. I like it. I don't put up with the excuses. I'm not helping anybody by enabling you to go, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, I'm not sorry at all. Hey, did you create that? Yeah. Yeah, you shifted into that reality. Did you learn from it? There's value in that. You are going through the awakened path. If you don't get the value of that deep, dark place you went to, where are you going to go from there? You have got to shift out of that and say, I get it. That was a story I told myself. I created all those problems because I was looking for the material world to make me happy. I'm blaming other people. I constantly talk about my past. You're recreating that 101 times a day. Mommy and Daddy didn't treat me well. Yeah. Who hasn't had that stuff on some level? And if you haven't, you've had other challenges, or you have a different role you're playing here. Quit comparing yourself to other people and just say, what is my challenge? Am I going to overcome it? This is what I came here for. This is school. Graduate with your PhD. Quit flunking. You guys keep going back over kindergarten. It's like, how many times do you have to fall off the monkey bars and crack your head before you figure out that you don't want to do that anymore? You don't want to play in the playground. You want to sit in the classroom and learn the really good stuff and put the work in. Quit nap time in the sandbox. You're better than that. You're awakening. Everything is a personal expression challenge for you to become something great, to raise into what you are, to experience this human role that you're playing and go, woo, I'll never get to experience this on the other side. What is this? Let's feel it. Let's do something great. Let's pull in that power and that light that I know I am, that I'm still connected to. You're still all that. And then there's energy, still energy that's you connected in this role that can draw from that and say, how do I shift out of this? What can I do? What difference can I make? Because when you improve you improve me and everybody else on this planet. That's how important you are. Get busy. What are you doing? No more pity parties, people. If I hear one more sad story, you know, I've got friends that got some seriously sad stories. And they're not telling them like sad stories. They're like, how do I change this? How do I pull out of this? Or maybe your identity is telling the sad story. I'm this, I'm that. Dear Lord, what's the date? What's the time right now? What are you right now? Anything you want to be, shift into it. I did a video, it's like you can actually shift into being a different person. Right now you can do it. What are those things, I had you write down, what are the things that you think you are now that you don't want to be? Circle those things you don't want to be and decide, I am not going to be angry. I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm not going to be unhealthy. And then you write that new person and you look at it every day and you say, this is who I am and I'm not going to do anything that isn't this new person. If you truly want that. If you don't, go ahead. Go eat your bonbons or Cheetos or whatever. Sit around and die. Because that's what half of the population is doing. They're just killing themselves slowly. Stress, unhappy, not doing the work, not taking the steps to get out of their situations. And then when they do, they go, this is too tough. And they go run back to their unhappy, dense lives. That's not you. Snap out of it. And catch yourself every split second. Man, I every once in a while go, woo, what was that? That was not nice. You know, we're human beings. We're going to shift into stuff. There are things we don't like. Most of that's judgment. Just, you gotta, it's constant maintenance, I'm telling you, it's constant maintenance. Yes, I have been into a euphoric state where there were even no thoughts. But if I stayed in that state, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you, because I couldn't even relate to this. I wouldn't even want to speak. You're in such a euphoric state, you don't want to speak. Everything everybody says is like not really of interest, because you disconnect from the world. There's value in being in the awakened state that is still able to function in this world and make a difference. And it's the hardest position to be in, because you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to interact with the stuff that's very difficult to be around. And that's your true test. Can you be awakened when you're in the midst of chaos? Oh, constant testing. You were at school, the toughest one. Congratulations, by the way. It's not like you just happened to come down here. You actually were one of the limited souls that get to come down and take on this huge task. Yeah, every single one of us here has a special, special role, because this is a tough planet, and our job is to raise the frequency. It starts with you. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, blessings to you, my friends. Miracles. They're right here. Receive them. Namaste.